I don't know. I might not actually have limitations in that way. I've been pretty, like, some of these last couple episodes, I got very open in a way that I did not expect to. But, you know, it's like, I mean, I might as well be real, I think. I don't care, really.
What, you're saying
know.
we're not real?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Hello, and welcome to the All Nighter Podcast,
where the insomniacs come to get silly.
and we're your hosts, Ashlyn Benson, Alexis Leach, and Rhonda Lou.
Yo.
Welcome back.
What is up? I think all of us are a little deflated, like our couch today. You know, we could have blown it up before, but you know, who has the motivation?
The will.
Yeah.
I don't have will. Do you have will, Alexis?
Fuck no.
Yeah. Do you have will, Ron?
No, not
Shit,
today.
We ain't got no will over here. Someone cater to us, please. We need to get our boys.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Chad, Jordan, Adam. Hello. Yeah, we're just like not. I mean, I'm definitely not feeling like awesome in any way. I mean, emotionally, I'm okay, but like physically, I've lost a lot of. Yeah, just a lot of will. It's gone.
Yeah.
The pregnancy is definitely just taking a little more out of me this time. Not been feeling well. Blood pressure stuff. Life.
Whack.
The works.
And
Yes.
you had the open mic last night.
Yeah. So, hey, I mean, just a quick little shameless plug. We've got second story sessions happening every Thursday at Tulsa Clubhouse. And it is certainly the most fulfilling night of my week most of the time. Thus far, it's been very good for my spirit. The crowd and musicians all feel very supportive, and I love that. I needed that, I think, honestly. Gypsy is kind of a more bustling place, you know, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing a lot of the time. A lot of the artists there are younger, and a lot of the time, honestly, most of the musicians are outside, like, practicing, you know, and not actually seeing a lot of the other artists. And whereas this event is more catered towards trying to build community and inspire creativity in one another, and even kind of invite collaboration and stuff like that. And I'm really grateful for it. I'm really grateful to get to spend time in the space before my wedding there. You know, I think there's a lot of elements that have really kind of fallen into place in a beautiful way that I'm thankful for. Ashlyn took some badass pictures of the first one. Ashlyn Benson Visuals. Book her.
I saw those.
Book me while you can.
Yeah, book her.
Because I honestly don't know
Yeah,
how much longer I'm going to be able to go.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling like I already had to cancel this because I was going to take them last night as well, but I was just not feeling good. And so, yeah, you know, while like, yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point I'm probably just going to be able to do like a session a week, maybe.
Yeah, that was actually kind of what I was thinking for you while we were downstairs, is just like slowing down.
Yeah.
You know.
God damn.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, my stupid annoying trait to myself is I'm a bit of a self-sabotager. Like, I set myself up for disappointment. So I want to like say yes to everything. It's also hard because you do have the wedding coming up, and I want to be like helping way more than I am, you know? And like and I was talking to Adam about it too, and he's like, I think it's okay, you know, if you just, you know, you do what you can, but you don't have to like overextend, because what I got scared of too the other day was my blood pressure spiked a little bit, and I have a tendency to get, or predisposition to get, preeclampsia again, and it can happen before you give birth, and typically it usually does happen that way, I guess, but I got it last time after I had Ryan. But I got scared if I push myself too much, that like if I were to like go into labor early or push, you know, just do something that would like make me do something early, that like wouldn't be good, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of lost the train of thought now, so.
Well, as far as like slowing down, it's like and looking out for you. I mean, like, and when it comes to the wedding stuff, dude, I mean, like, I'll be good. It'll be fine.
I know, but it's just like this is the only time you're gonna get married.
I know.
And so I'm like,
and I mean, I totally understand wanting to be like 100% and fully involved and everything, but you'll be involved plenty, and it'll be enough.
Guess because it is also because then it's like I'll have the baby, and then it's just like a couple months till the wedding,
right?
And then so. Because I don't even know how much I'll be able to, like, help then, while I'm in the newborn trenches, like...
Right, and postpartum and everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, who knows what I'm going to be like at the wedding? Because I could just be a straight-up blob of a mess, like leaking from titties and eyes,
Yeah, no. I mean that's a reality that doesn't sound too bad to me, I mean, as far as the eyes and stuff, because I cried so hard during my maid of honor speech at her wedding. It was ridiculous. I was really struggling to keep it together, and it's kind of a stretch to say that I did.
Well, our wedding, it's definitely a cry fest anyway, which is good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just,
people be feeling things, and when
are you gonna cry, Alexis?
Probably. Yeah.
Aw. Yeah, I mean, like,
you got a
for
little
me,
thing.
Oh no, thank you. Probably green salad.
Oh, I think it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like right
there.
This way?
That way. Yeah,
right
there you go.
Think.
There you go. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's stuck.
Don't look at me, guys.
I honestly doubt that the camera has seen it yet, but...
Good thing we're not zoomed in today. It's still there.
Kill it.
Yeah, it's just like wedged. I hate when I get shit wedged in my teeth.
Straight.
Oh.
Oh, I think you moved it.
Okay. Well, no. Okay, I got it.
Hell yeah, dude. But, I mean,
Where's our freaking
Life in a nutshell.
assistant when we need them?
Yeah, to hand us
I need the
floss.
glam team, dude.
Yeah, dude. Word. But I mean, I think I told you the other day, like, I feel like for a while there, I was more stressed about the hoopla and like logistics of the wedding more than I ever would have been to be scared of actually getting married and stuff. But now I'm even calming down with that. Like, now I'm like, I mean, we get to say our vows in front of people that we love, and if we get to do that, it'll all be fine.
Well, and I know, like, it is just nerve-wracking, just, like, combining family plus all the friends and stuff, where, like,
Yeah.
I know for my wedding, I was nervous for mom and dad, just, like, them feeling, like, socially anxious or something, because, like, I want everybody to, like, feel comfortable, but so I guess, like, that's the people pleaser where it's just, like, I just wanted it to be a good day for everybody.
Of course, yeah. Like, you want it to be beautiful and for there to be, like, connection and everything. And kind of for those two worlds to come together in a cool way. But honestly, I think the reality of the situation is that at the beginning, everybody will probably be a little bit more socially anxious. And then as the night goes on, they'll probably get more and more comfortable. Or that's the hope anyway, And that goes for us too. I'll be real. I think honestly, and it seems true of every wedding that I've gone to, where I knew the people personally anyway. It's like, I think all the nerves and anticipation are absolutely there right before, And
it is also, it's more of like, because when you're also trying to like say hi to everyone, but also like, I mean, you can get in depth with people, but you're like, oh, I still need to say hi to, the uncle and this and that, like,
right, yeah.
It is just kind of a little overwhelming, I mean, I guess maybe it is kind of a glimpse into like celebrity life or something, where you're like, all the attention is on you guys and, like, it's just, like, that's why, like, because I had thought about, like, man, like, should we do something funny or like do like a funny dance or something instead of like a regular first dance, but and we had like a bunch of comedians and stuff at our wedding, but I was like, I don't want to perform at my wedding like at all, like I don't want to be nervous about that, like I just wanted it to be my wedding, and and whatever, because
Yeah, Chad and I kind of had the same thought. Like, if we perform at all, we will do a very short song, and honestly, it's one that we wrote together. It's like a redux of Sweet Fantasy, but one that we wrote together instead of, because he wrote Sweet Fantasy by himself before we ever got together. And we might sing that and leave it at that. It would be like less than 2 minutes, and it would likely make us emotional anyway. So that's probably as long as we could last. And then after that, or before that, probably we'll have like 2 of our friends do some love songs of theirs that we really love. And he was honestly thinking of like hopefully trying to pay Dustin or somebody to run the sound so that we don't have to, because that too, it's like we don't necessarily want to be working at our own wedding in that way. So if we can work something like that out, that would be amazing. But
and if you ever want to like teach me how to use the soundboard or whatever, I can always like help with things.
Well, we don't want you to be working on our wedding.
I know. Well, I'm really saying for like other things, for like the mic or something.
Yeah. Well, honestly, if you ever wanted to, I mean,
because I would like to learn sound in general.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Honestly, like I like using the mixer, especially, and even like when I'm recording like the EP or whatever, I just did layers on the mixer itself and then dumped it all into Ableton, just because I like it. I like the compression it has, and the reverb sounds more natural than a lot of other reverbs you'll find in different DAWs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the catering is the biggest hurdle in my mind, and everything else I think will kind of fall into place as it goes. I did want to check with you if next Wednesday you would be, like, whenever you get off on Wednesday, if you would be open to going to the alteration place with us. And then afterwards we can just have like a little bit of a powwow of different things. Like, you guys can like shoot out ideas of different things that we might need. Like, I was talking about like table runners and different things for table settings and stuff, and just have a list of things that I gotta buy. But then when the dress is already like fully altered and stuff, that's when I'll have like absolutely, like Chad's mom and other people come or whatever. But this one would just be you, me, and my mom. So, but yeah, it'll be both of y'all's first time seeing me in the dress before it's altered anyway.
I can't freaking wait.
Yeah, I really like both of them. I feel grateful that worked out somehow. Because that was an expense I was scared of too. And we found Chad's outfit for a fair price as well. So
no, you've done an incredible job. I mean, one of Rhonda's skills is just finding beautiful clothing for very cheap.
Yeah, honestly, it might be one of my few skills.
Whatever, you have like a million skills, okay? Don't even cut yourself down, okay? Honestly, I mean, if it wasn't going to wear you out, I'd have you come with me tomorrow to help me look for a maternity dress, which I'm also like, I don't know if the shoot, like, it might rain, dude. It might rain tomorrow. I don't know.
I know. Well,
is the shoot tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can go with you.
Really? That would be cool. Because
what time are you going to go, you think?
Well, I know we have to pick up the table tomorrow, so maybe sometime after that. So maybe in the afternoon. Like
are you taking the pictures, or did you hire someone?
No, Rondi. Which also, I thought I put it in the group chat because if you wanted to come out for that too, and like,
where are you gonna do it at?
Washington Irving Park.
Yeah, it's like in Bixby, but it's just like a little park that's just like, it's just trees basically.
Yeah, it's just really pretty.
But it's good for when the sun sets, like where the trees are and stuff. But if there's not going to be any sun, I mean, we could still get cool pictures, but so
it's just
I don't know.
better.
But I did want you there too, Alexis.
Yeah, for sure.
But only if you have the will. What about you, Lexi? Like, what you feeling? Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main thing that I'm feeling. Like, I don't feel mentally like one way or the other that much, but I do feel my body feels fucking tired.
Well, yeah, and we've taken like a million weeks off.
Yes, which I had meant to make a post about it, and I hope in the future that maybe we can try to communicate these different things when we are taking breaks for one reason or another. For a little bit there, Ashlyn was under the weather and stuff, and then I can't remember what it was after that, but
it's like a bunch of different things.
yeah, I think we just needed like
Schedules.
fam time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then one of the time we were like, let's just hang out instead of record.
Yeah, because and honestly, like, say we had done that today, I would have been like, yeah. I mean, because I do. I mean, I love having the fam time, and this is part of that 100%. We're basically, I mean, we talk about the same shit most of the time that we do off camera.
Except
and stuff.
off camera, I'm telling way more secrets.
Yeah, for real. I mean,
I can't give it all to the public.
I don't know. I might not actually have limitations in that way. I've been pretty fucking, like, some of these last couple episodes, I got very open in a way that I did not expect to. But, it's like, I mean, I might as well be real, I think. I don't care, really.
What, you're saying
know.
we're not real?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
There's certain things that I'll feel like sharing, and then it just depends, because also, some of the tea is like other family tea. And now that I can't go on blast.
Right, yeah, of course. 100%.
Don't worry, family. It's not about you. Extended family. Family you don't know about. Actually, yes, there are actually something I want to talk to you guys about, but I can't talk about it on camera.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, we have to go. Literally, that's how I'll be at work. I'll be like not doing shit, and then like a client will walk in and I'm like, ew. No, I'm just kidding. Or like when we're telling stories or something and we're like, yeah, the other night I did blah, 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 blah. And then the fucking phone rings or something. And I'm like, God damn it. Don't they know I'm trying to tell a story?
I know. Yeah, when I used to work at one of the studios, like, we'd just be gabbing or something. And yeah, a client would walk in and then they'd want like a whole like slideshow thing. And you're like, oh,
I'm like, I know Google exists. All these questions could have been answered before you called me.
Hey,
sometimes it's like the most mundane crap too. I'm like, are we for real right now?
I do remember I was calling places to see if they had Wi-Fi because I feel like I was gonna like we lost Wi-Fi here at the house and we didn't want to go to like a specific I can't really remember why I was doing it, but there were definitely some peeps who answered the phone who's like, yeah, duh, and it was like, okay, well, is it public? Why? And they're like, of course. And it's like, okay, thanks so much. I won't be going there now. You're mad at me.
You'll definitely know who I am.
Oh my god.
They're like asking for the Wi-Fi password, sweating. Like,
They're like, it was her.
like it's on the board, you idiot.
How silly. My god, dude. But yeah, I will say, like having been so busy lately, like fucking keeping up with the news has again kind of fallen by the wayside. It's like there were some things I was seeing like on Tuesday when, I mean, basically Trump was just making like genocidal threats, and then he was like
just
he
kidding.
walked it back, by the end of the night, and it's just like, brother.
I definitely understand like what people are saying of like he should just be impeached for just that. Just like making those threats, but also I was like, he's not gonna follow through. I just had,
we all
like,
knew he wasn't gonna follow through.
like there's just
Well, that's even how a lot of Trumpers like defend it, is like
they're like, well, he didn't do it.
Oh yeah, he was like, it was bullshit. He was doing the art of the deal.
They called his bluff.
Right, yeah, and
Yeah, and like I can't remember this girl's actual name, but she's called like Politics Girl on
Oh yeah,
TikTok,
no,
but she's
I
on
fucking
CNN and
love
stuff.
her, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, but she was like, that's like going up to my wife and putting a gun to her head and be like, do this, this, and this, or I'll kill you, you know, and then just being like, just kidding. Like, it's a form of abuse, you know,
it is,
psychological
right.
abuse and stuff. And
Yeah, because for how long were those people, you know, stressing out, thinking that they, you know, trying to hightail it out of there if they can. It's just gross.
Yeah. You know,
But even she has pointed out too. She's like, how did he not expect the dead man switch with the Strait of Hormuz? You know, like it just seemed like that's like the main card that they hold. You know, and that like of course that would be the card that they play. You know, and you know, meanwhile, other countries are making deals with Iran directly and actually giving them more economically so that they can get through the strait. And so it's like it's kind of offering incentive for other countries to do the same, and so, you know, and in making it less valuable to be our allies, that's for sure. There's a lot of different things in that direction with shit that he's doing, and it's just like, you know, I think a lot of Americans feel like we are almost like impervious and untouchable in some ways, and you know, to some degree, our military strength may be very powerful and may be able to keep us safe to a relative degree, you know. But as far as damage that can be done to us economically, as far as damage that these other countries that were once allies or whatever, you know, ceasing trades entirely, you know, there's a lot of other pains that we can feel because of his actions. That may not be life or death, you know, but they very well might certainly affect our quality of life. And he's so reckless with his threats and stuff that it's, I can't watch anything he says without just being like, oh man, fuck, you know, like it's just sad, brother.
yeah, you know, it's just, you know, I mean, I saw like, what's that girl's name? Megyn Kelly or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid bitch. Like, she fucking was saying, you know, it's been interesting to see some of like the MAGA talking heads who are like, were upset about this. And it's like, bruh, so the child rape didn't get you, you know, like that didn't upset you at all. Like,
Right, yeah.
You know, it's just interesting what like.
Well, and I honestly think that so many of those people have not looked through the files at all. I mean, you know, and I think that's why they're able to stay in that denialism.
Yeah.
Because I understand that
although Megyn Kelly specifically was talking about when like he had like done something to a 15-year-old girl, and she's like, well, there's a difference between 15 and 3 years old, and it's like,
no, there's not.
They're still children.
Much,
okay.
Yeah.
Rude ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's a silly pedantic thing.
Pedantic, I like it.
Well,
sorry, I like the word. I mean, I don't know what it means, but
almost like
ridiculous.
No, like rhetorical. Like it's not
Flim flammy.
Yeah, like
that's one to use for boggle. Well, can you? It's too big, maybe.
No, you can probably find that. You can find some big words on boggle. It's harder to find them. It's been interesting to see some. Like I actually saw a decent amount of backlash for his Easter tweet from Christians specifically. Which I found some heart in that, you know. I felt some comfort.
But
that
also, it is like, how is he not impeached yet? You know, like with everything that he's done. Yeah. It's like how. I mean, like what? I mean, how many more like MAGA people, MAGA talking? Like how? Like how? What else needs to happen? To get
I will say this, as far as like the Republicans that went against, not technically him, but that went against keeping the Epstein files, you know, not public or whatever. I appreciate those people. I think they did kind of go out on a limb in a way that so many of their Republican comrades did not, and I respect the fuck out of that, and I hope they continue to push for the release of the rest of the files, the other fucking 3 million. But there is something to be said of wishing that they could just also do that, like turn towards, actually impeaching
Sanity.
him too. Yes. Especially once they've seen a lot of the shit that's in there, because it's like with that, they had the majority, like to release the files, so it's like, if those same people would just fucking, grit their teeth and fucking go for it, get this senile man out of there. Because, he's not the worst of the worst when it comes to senile. There's still some degree of functionality, but my God, dude, like the emotional maturity of the man was like, has been a child his whole life. Yes, like just and
Did you see the starting in December, whatever, anyone like over 18 or whatever, men are going to be registered onto the draft or whatever.
Yeah, and they bumped it up too, where it's like if you're up to 42, then you can get drafted.
Yeah, when it
too.
used to be 35.
Which Adam better hurry up and turn 43.
Yeah, right. So I had seen that they changed the age limit to 42, but I did not see that they would be registered for the draft.
Yeah, they reported on it, I think, yesterday.
Fuck. That's crazy, dude. I mean, the military is supposed to be a volunteer outfit for a reason. There's only certain people that are kind of built for that, and people that aren't built for it.
That was the problem with World War II.
Right.
Because we had all these fucking kids
right
going to war, and they came back very fucking changed if they came back at all.
Right. And it's
World War II and I are the whole reason that we have the whole Leave No Man Behind thing, because we have so many people over there still that were never recovered.
Right. And it's just like, you don't want kids doing that. Raising the age limit, sure. If there are people up to 42 that want to volunteer, fucking sure. I'm not in any way supportive of this war, but as far as like the military, I have respect for the military to a degree, as far as I know the different kinds of even human services that they do and have done over time, especially like during things like COVID. But it's like, that nobody should be forced into it. It's people's family members, too. And it's just like, much less if they even, agree with the fight itself, So it's just like, I don't understand how anyone could imagine that drafting everybody at fucking random would somehow make our military more efficient. It won't. It will do the opposite.
If we're gonna build AI robots, like freaking Melania was like, this can just teach our kids. It's like, no, just send those little robots out.
They are using AI pretty substantial. Some of a lot of what they're doing in Iran is actually using some of their highest tech AI, and some people have even had some suspicion that some of the civilian places of casualties or whatever have been because of AI mess-ups or whatever.
And that even is scary anyway, though, just training any AI to
hurt. Yes.
Yeah, hurt humans.
Yeah, backfire on you so fucking fast.
Yeah, just
it
destroy
sees your
all
base,
humans.
and then it's
The mandatory registration applies to green card holders, refugees, asylum seekers, and undocumented men.
Bro.
So they're good enough to go and fight our shit for us, but not good enough to live here?
That is very sad.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, I imagine that in their framework, they are seeing them as dispensable.
Oh, 100%. That's why I brought it up or read it out loud. But yeah, automatic military draft registration takes effect in December.
That is crazy.
Oh, yeah, one of the first comments on this. So the government has the ability to recognize their citizenship / residence status without presenting a passport, birth certificate, etc.
Right. Crazy. I mean,
I think it's just eligible men.
oh,
So they're just
eligible.
included in that.
Yeah, but
Okay, so it is all eligible men, including citizens, and also those people.
Yeah.
I see. Still, my God, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even a clear goal of what they're trying to accomplish with this war. They've given like 8 or 9 different reasons, and I mean, ultimately, it just seems like past the regime change, past the nuclear shit that they have underground anyway that can't be hit by our fucking missiles or whatever. It's like, okay, so what are you doing?
it did just say 18 to 26. I didn't see anything about 42.
As far as the draft?
That I saw in
Interesting.
that post. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are trying to get the youngest first, I guess, but my goodness, fam. That is so sad.
I mean, we'll just see. I mean, at the end of the day, I also just feel like...
I mean, there's going to be plenty of people that are going to refuse service.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like we just kind of have to see how it all plays out at the end of the day. Because, I mean, just like with the genocidal threats, it's like Trump likes to present all these things like he's this strong arm guy. But then a lot of times he backs away if it doesn't work how he wants it to work or whatever. And, like... I just feel like, anything could happen. I'm still hoping for some moment where he can, like, get impeached. And, I mean, it's also scary of, like, what will happen after that, though? Like,
Right.
please don't make JD... Like, is there a way we can impeach
I would hope that
them
it would be
all?
the whole cabinet.
Yeah, like, the whole administration.
I don't know if we have like fucking clauses for that. I'm pretty sure that if he does become impeached, like JD Vance,
It's just
is
crazy
the
to
only
me that he's a
option.
fucking felon and he's able to still be president. Because I'm like, if you're a felon and you can't vote,
And you can't get, like, a lot of jobs.
you can't get a lot of jobs, you can't own guns, but you can be president. Sweet, cool, got it. That makes sense. So I can't work at McDonald's if I'm a felon, but I can run the whole entire country.
There you
Okay.
go.
Make
My
it
God.
make fucking sense.
I think really, I mean, that's like the biggest thing with Trump is like he's just exposed like all of the holes that we've had
The cracks.
and how, a lot of things maybe weren't always working, the justice system and things like that. And he's exposed it all in a really insane way.
Yeah, and well, like even with like the market and shit, how he's like been manipulating the market, that shit's crazy. And I don't know if you guys have actually seen some seriously big trades have been happening in these last couple of weeks and timed very closely, like different shorts and futures or whatever were being either sold or bought or whatever, like big lump sums by singular investors or whatever before particular tweets that he said that then made those shorts or futures what they needed it to be. And so there's like this big suspicion of serious insider trading going on, and there's no telling that it's not him or his family, any one of his sons or whatever. And it's just like the timing is so fucking ridiculously sketch. Like I'm talking like minutes apart. That it is just crazy. And then, another thing too is that some people have even been speculating that his own advisors and stuff say on the Iran war aren't being honest with him about how much, some of these different elements can kind of screw us over time because they're just scared of losing their jobs, and they just tell the man-child what he needs to hear. Like, I think, honestly, Trump has a distorted view of everything, no matter what. But I think it's possible, too, that his advisors are further distorting it. by kind of feeding into his different delusions of being the best all the time and impervious to all.
Well, and he kind of demands that, like, people
Exactly.
around him to, like, feed into his...
Right, yeah, you know, like Pam Bondi
Stuff.
got fired, and as much as we might have disliked her or whatever, it's like there's something scary to be said about Pam Bondi being who she was, being the fucking diehard loyalist that she was, and she still was not going far enough for him in persecuting his political enemies or just enemies overall. It's just...
I don't know. I feel like he always planned to use the ladies as the scapegoats.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Kristi Noem and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was, like, even a part of, like, the deal of them working for him. Like, at some point, you're going to take the fall for some of these things or something. But I don't know. That's just my own.
You know, with her cross-dressing husband or whatever, respect. Okay? But you also deserve a drag mother who can show you the ropes.
Yeah, you need a drag mommy.
Yeah.
But also, like, freaking Alana Glacier, like, you know, she has a podcast, and but she was talking about different things where she kind of felt like the Kristi Noem thing, like, with the husband was a distraction or something, you know, of, like, and using specifically the trans kind of element, you know. And then it was interesting, too, where it was, like, then, you know, with all this stuff in Iran, and then Melania Trump is like, oh, by the way, guys, like, back to Epstein. Like, anyways, like, I didn't even know him, dude. Like, you know, and I was just like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys are just like...
They are a true circus. I know people have always said that politics is a circus, and it always has been, but they are like
caricatures.
Yes, exactly. Like, almost like parodies of a circus of politicians. And it's just absolutely wild. It's like whenever I'm watching half of this stuff, I'm just like, what in the ever living is going on with all of you?
I mean, I've really, like, I will
like
say this.
soul-wise.
Well, ever since I deleted TikTok a while back because, and I deleted my account because of, like, the new policy agreements, privacy agreements. But I will say my mental health got so much better because I think, like, you know, Instagram definitely, I mean, look, I do feel like at the end of the day, it's all a little, it has its toxicity and
It's
all the
told.
algorithms are happier when they're feeding you things that make you have an intense negative reaction. With TikTok specifically, it felt like it would really tap into my very specific anxieties. Like, when it came to ICE, it was showing me, like, all these ICE videos of, you know, people getting, like, kidnapped and stuff, which, I mean, you know, everybody, I feel like at this point, we all kind of joke of, like, you know, gotta stay informed, but it also, like, very much hurts our brain, you know, and our hearts, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a very, like, delicate balance. But I think for me, like, I mean, it all comes just from being pregnant, you know, where it's like, I was already, like, I'd say within the last couple of weeks, I started to get a lot more intense, like, anxiety and, like, intrusive thoughts and stuff, where it's just, like, it just kind of gets crazy. Like, usually that kind of happens, like, after you have the baby. And so it was kind of freaking me out that it was, like, happening before and, like... But anyways, but yeah, like with TikTok, like it was just really like pinpointing like my very specific fears, and I would like get stuck in like a doom scroll, you know, anywhere from like 2 to 4 a.m. or whatever, and then the next day I'd be like, you know, crying and really upset, and I was like, whoa, like what's happening? What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I saw these videos, and he's like, okay, you know, like, you know, and granted, I mean, it's okay to also be upset that these things are happening, you know, like
Right.
that's totally
Yeah.
valid, but at the same time, like,
That was me and going through the files, honestly. Like
Oh, yeah,
I literally,
I-
like one night I literally just broke open the Bible, and I was just like looking through different things that Jesus said, and I was like, like I was just kind of like feeling this weird grief.
but it's like also when you like, you know, read things like the Bible or anything that's like, I mean, really, like the history of humanity has always
Yeah.
been pretty
Shit.
freaking imperfect, you
Yeah.
know? And there's always been horrendous things going on.
Horrendous
Always.
abuses of power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abuses of power, abuses of the people, abuses of minorities, abuses of that. And that's not to
Shitty
say
quality of life.
that things can't be changed. But I do think from just eliminating some of that from my psyche, it's like, I can do, like, I can't control something that's happening in Minnesota. Like, I mean, I can maybe like call a representative and stuff like that. But other than that, all I can control is like, especially the things here and what's happening here. And like if I lived in Minnesota, it'd be a different story, you know, of like what I would be able to do. But you know, since I live here, it's like I can be here for the people who are being impacted by things here, you know. I think also when it comes to like art and creating, like being able to provide an escape for people is still a value, you know.
Yes, and honestly, that's what I utilize the most. Yeah. I mean, like, I've been following a lot of different creators that have kind of just, like, been popping off with kind of, like, political stance songs, or just kind of calling out these different things that are going on, and people that, like, aren't signed, you know, they're just writing this shit because they need to. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I mean, it's fed into my algorithm in a really cool way, where I am just, like, being fed these different people that are like inspiring me and making me kind of want to use my own creativity in that direction. Because I mean, ultimately in history, I mean, creativity has been used as a means of protest, and one of the more effective ones, some could argue.
Yeah, and I think that's like what I kind of had to realize for myself. There's times when you're like, what's the point of this? Like, why should I even still be performing when all these things are going on? But it's just a good way to you know, still provide something for the people, you know?
Exactly. Because, yeah, like, even if you aren't talking about anything political, but you are just still providing comedic relief or some kind of escapism through music or whatever, that's a little bit more peace than that person might have had. That's a little bit more joy than that person might have had, whoever is in the audience and stuff. And so it's like that is a service in a way, you know, and it's a service for yourself, too. And so I think all of those things are probably more necessary now than they've maybe ever been. Because, I mean, we just, to stay sane, we need these things.
Yeah. Because either way, even if this stuff wasn't going on, our devices are made to make us go crazy a little bit. Yeah. I mean, they're like wired practically. So it doesn't help that also, like, Mark Zuckerberg is like on Donald Trump's dick, you know, where it's like it's all used to manipulate us a little bit.
I'm grateful that my algorithm isn't exactly like yours. I'm grateful that my algorithm isn't exactly like Chad's. Chad's can kind of verge on that too.
Well, and now like my Insta, like now it just gives me like pregnancy stuff, you know.
Yeah,
and so that's where I'm like, okay, that feels better.
Right. Yeah, and I do try to stay informed with different like news shows and stuff, or news coverage with different podcasters and whatever that source their shit, you know. But past that, like watching like actual like CNN and everybody kind of hammering on about the new crazy shit that Trump said, it's just like he's just going to say some more crazy shit in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I think there's also value in just tapping out. Like sometimes like I'm just going to enjoy my day continue. Today. Yeah. And you know, sometimes you just need some peace, and like it is good to just throw your phone wherever and just like go outside and be with friends. And because at the end of the day, it's like he's also trying to scare us, and he's also trying to, I just think, like take away the joy of our lives. And it's like, if like let's say if we do get into a World War III or something, like I would much rather spend my time with you guys like laughing and stuff than you know, being super panicked or whatever. And I feel like honestly, like to me, like I'm like less scared now. Like it's kind of weird. I mean, and maybe I should be more scared, like I don't know, but like I was so scared for a while, and like especially everything going on with ICE. But I feel like now I'm just like, he's a stupid fucking idiot who's a coward, you know. I think anybody who also hurts children in such ways too is like the lowest kind of human that can exist. And that everything that they do is to try to make themselves feel better, you know? And so I just feel like I can't imagine what will be the downfall, you know, and who knows if it's still a good goddamn 4 years from now or something, you know? But I just think it will happen at some point, but I just don't, I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually watching this video of that was talking about the downfall of some of the most historic dictators and stuff, and I was kind of fascinated by some of it. But what's crazy is the majority of them were taken down by their own fucking government. All right, and I'm like, we gotta step our shit up if we don't fucking want that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the military and everybody, It's the thing is the government is technically supposed to uphold the rule of law and all of that.
Well, and I honestly think too that the MAGA base at some point will hit, it is annoying that it's
somehow.
not happened yet with all the other atrocious things.
Right.
But at some point, he will do something that betrays them so deeply.
Yeah.
That they will be upset enough finally.
Yeah. I honestly, it's I kind of think that too. I think he's just crazy enough. I mean, we all know. I mean, the majority of us know that he's only out for himself. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not just because he does have people licking his ass, it doesn't mean that he cares about them and he'll give them any kind of loyalty or anything.
Right. Yes. Because we've seen so many loyalists that he has done exactly that. Just absolutely thrown them away. So it's I do feel like it is a matter of time in that way too. But shoot, they ain't coming quick enough.
I don't know, dude. So I've been using other things to distract myself. For instance, I don't know if y'all have seen the Hot Cheetos commercial recently where it had Meg the Stallion and Nickelback and who else was in there? Was there anybody else in there?
I thought there was other people, but I can't bring them to mind. I'm gonna go pee real quick though.
Okay. Well, also, would you want to grab the Hot Cheetos from the pantry downstairs?
Yeah.
Because they put in all this money for these dill pickle Hot Cheetos. And this commercial was crazy. It had to be millions of dollars to spend on this. And it's this better be good. This better taste delicious. And it's just the most ridiculous commercial. I don't know if we can put a clip in. Maybe we can put it in without the sound because I'm sure it could get copyrighted.
Infringement or whatever.
It's just so
We're just trying to hype up this video, okay?
Yeah. So we'll try those and see. Do you like regular Hot Cheetos or no?
I mean, I'll eat them.
Okay, but
they're not my go-to.
Didn't we used to have so even though you didn't like them, we were forcing you to eat them as kids? Is that when we did the Hot Cheeto?
I think so, yeah.
Contests?
When they first came out.
Yeah. Because we'd see how many we could eat without taking a drink.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's different than just snacking on them for fun.
Yeah. Because I'm not a huge Cheeto person in general.
Damn, that was quick. Did you also go pee? My God. You're like a genie.
Yeah, I've trained myself.
Okay. So just remember, millions of dollars. Let's put into this. Okay, I also need to spit out my gum. Do you want to try some?
Sure.
Okay, here, wait, hold on.
Flamin' hot dill pickle crunchy.
And it's just funny too. So I told Alexis that maybe we can put the clip in, but without the sound or just a snippet of the commercial. Just
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I think without the sound, it shouldn't give us any copyright shit.
Yeah.
And if it's less than 15 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. And then you can just put the link to the whole commercial or whatever.
Okay.
But what do you think, Alexi?
Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Giving some AMSR or whatever.
ASMR?
Is it ASMR or AMSR?
ASMR.
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 Ooh. Oh my God. Satisfying. I like ASMR. I don't really watch it a lot or anything, but occasionally, I just, whenever I hear it, it sounds good.
This just makes me want a regular fire hot Cheeto.
Right.
It's just I don't know. I mean, I get what they were trying to do and just thought
it needs more dill pickled.
You think so? I'm almost there's too much.
Really?
Really?
Here.
That's crazy. This is insane because you're the one that doesn't like pickles and she's the one that does. So, but you think there's too much and she thinks there's not enough. That's ridiculous.
But maybe it's also because, does it taste kind of fake dill pickly? Or does it taste real?
Well, considering I hate regular pickles, it must be an artificial flavor.
Okay.
But maybe it's just the texture of pickles I don't like.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, okay, anytime you've eaten pickles, are they usually, like, soggy? Because they're supposed to be crispy, you know?
I mean, I've eaten crispy ones.
Oh, and you're just still like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, though. It's kind of like eating, like, brains or something. Like, it just has, like, a weird I mean, it's cucumber, so it's, like...
Funky texture.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause I
really,
like,
soaking anything in vinegar gives it a weird texture.
Yeah, because I also like the dill pickle, the Lay's dill pickle.
Oh,
Chips?
really?
Interesting.
Those ones are pretty good.
Damn. Not spawns.
Yeah. Well...
Because I think I like the dill pickle Lay's because I'm a really big salt and vinegar chip eater.
Yeah, I
as
love
well.
salt and vinegar chips.
Mm-hmm. My favorite are the oh my gosh, the Cape Cod ones brand.
Ooh, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to like those.
Oh, yeah, I like those, too. Salt and vinegar chips with, like, a tuna sandwich or something. Like, those freaking slap.
Oh my god, that sounds yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I could eat, like, a whole bag of those.
Oh, the salt and vinegar.
Those.
Oh, these.
The salt and vinegar, probably.
But it
Those
is
are
funny,
so
like,
yummy.
in the commercial, like, Mike Stallion's like, you never tried these? To, like, the Nickelback guy.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Kroger.
I think so, yeah.
And it's just funny.
He's had some work done.
Yes. Damn.
I'm like, you don't even look the same, brother.
But honestly, it's not, like, the worst work I've seen done on a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Like, I don't know, Jordan from Mormon Wives.
Oh, shit. Shots fired.
He's a little rat
Catching a
face.
stray.
It's a little... You know, who knows? I
He
don't
deserves
know.
all the strays.
All
That's what
right.
he's going to get after Jesse left him.
Let's see.
Well, I was gonna say Zac Efron kind of has some like whack work done. Like he looks like, but I mean I don't know. He says he had an injury and like
Yeah.
it kind of came out weird and maybe that was true. I don't know.
I mean, I would believe that, honestly. I mean, he was fairly handsome before.
He's a very
so-
natural person.
Yeah, like he was a very naturally handsome person before. So it's like, I don't know that, I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine why any of these people want to get work done. I mean, but that's not to say, I will say this, okay? I'm certainly not against people going with their own prerogative and, you know, changing aspects of themselves to make themselves more confident or be gender affirming in some way. You know, because, I mean, hetero people do gender affirming things all the time. You know, men that get hair plugs or take, you know, the testosterone or, you know, women that get waxed for body hair and whatever. All of these
consider
things.
it like a body mod, you know, like tattoos or whatever. It's
Right,
like,
yeah. Yeah, and these are all gender affirming things and you know, and if getting some kind of Botox or whatever is that for you, then, you know, that is your prerogative, that's your choice. But what I will say, instead of like ever pinpointing different people that have had bad work done or like have gotten way too much filler and stuff like that, to where it's like completely distorted their face in a uncanny valley way, that kind of thing, man, I think all the blame lies on the practitioners that say that they will do it.
yeah, for sure.
Because there's plenty of
There needs to be a cutoff.
well, there's plenty of estheticians that will say no. You
Yeah.
know, if you've already had like a significant amount of filler, because the thing is, like, you know, there's kind of this claim that it dissolves and
which
whatever,
actually,
it goes into your body. I mean, it just spreads out into your body. When it's
the thing
dissolved.
with dissolvers is that it's not only you can't really make it just dissolve a certain section when you put in dissolvers. Like it's still gonna, and it's also, so it's dissolving hyaluronic acid, but it's also dissolving your natural hyaluronic acid too.
Exactly.
So there's some people who have gotten like their lips dissolved and then like all of their skin all over their body gets really loose and like gummy like.
Yes.
And like you can't fix that like once that happens. So
Right.
it's like, and there's no guarantee. Like some, you know, people will try to sell it as a certain thing of like, oh yeah, you know, you can do it by a certain location, but you actually really can't. Like it's just, there's just no full guarantee with how it will work and stuff. And
or the quality of the work that you're getting done too really just varies. I mean, there's so many different like non-clinicians that will get licensed and will honestly just kind of do it for anybody who's paying them, regardless of the extent of what they want and how much it could affect different things for them over time. Like, they just don't care. They're like, well, you paid me, so I'll do it, you know?
Right.
But it's like, I mean, I respect the estheticians and people like that who do actually say no, like, listen, like, you look great, you know, like, this is, you've got filler, you've got this or whatever, and you're good. Like, I mean, I'm sure maybe they'll find somebody else who will, you know, but but I much prefer to focus on that issue versus like women versus other women being like, if you're not a natural beauty, you're not a beauty. That's not true. You know, anybody can be beautiful. It doesn't fucking matter. And then I'm also, I don't want to be a part of the women that's like, you know, like, yeah, get everything done, you know, but it's, and completely alter everything about you. But instead, I would like to focus on the people who are just kind of abusing their position.
malpractice.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, when I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. I certainly have my own insecurities about different things. But as far as, you know, any extraneous procedures, even if I had the money, it's like, dude, I spend too much time like in doctor settings and stuff that I'm like, fuck that entirely.
Did you see when like Jim Carrey had just like recently come out to something and he like, everybody thought he was a clone because like his face
or some kind
really
of body
different.
double. Yeah,
I thought it wasn't that a social experiment?
I don't think so.
From what I had seen, it was actually Jim Carrey. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like his family and
he
everybody.
said that he was there and
Yeah.
that it was him or whatever. But a lot of people didn't believe it because initially, like, Jim Carrey has always kind of been like against that
But then,
stuff.
like, wasn't there?
I mean, I think age.
I saw a
humbles people in
comment
way.
that was like, Jim Carrey was trying to show us how easy it is to impersonate somebody or something. I don't know.
mean-
Maybe it was garbage.
Yeah,
media.
I mean,
I don't know.
as far as everything that I've seen too, like I said, like Family Verified, it was him, and the way that he was with his family does seem similar to other instances in the way that he was with his family, and even the way that he talked and stuff for the most part was close enough to the same, and you know, his appearance was slightly altered or whatever, but so many people that get older in Hollywood, that is just kind of the basic shit, you know. I mean, and
like Simon Cowell, like his kind of got like a little bit intense.
Who?
Simon Cowell,
for a while, yeah.
like
Oh,
his face
yeah.
kind of got more puffy and stuff.
And I mean, you know, there's a number of things that could be going on with stuff like that, where like maybe their body just isn't responding well to filler and stuff anymore, or whatever. In the case of Jim Carrey, though, like, you know, people were using instances of his eyes, but it's like he has hazel eyes, so they kind of look different in different lights anyway. A lot of people were just kind of saying, like, this is distracting us from more important
like,
shit or whatever.
yeah.
And yeah.
And
it was
just like, you know, we can't get really like caught up in different things. Like, I mean, I think in general, celebrity culture does intrigue a lot of us, you know, and especially, and I think too, like, there's been a couple celebs who have gotten like facelifts, it seems, you know, like Emma Stone and like, you know, other people where it's like Lindsay Lohan too, like her transformation, and we're just like, wow, you know, it's just because like those ones, I would say like those have been like pretty good one, like where it's just like, you're just like, damn girl, like, did you age backwards, girl, you know, like I mean, but honestly, Avril Lavigne, doesn't look like she's had any work done, and she looks the exact freaking same. Like, that is so insane.
I love that for her. Well, and a lot of like the Ozempic transformations and stuff like that too, they're a little heartbreaking in a weird way, because, you know, I mean, I think that there might just be a higher potential of people in Hollywood abusing it more than using it for its intended purpose.
Well, and even just regular people
far.
Abusing it as well. You know, like even one of the Secret Lives girls, Layla, who's already really skinny, like she has like some kind of eating disorder, and then like she had mentioned that she was abusing it and stuff, and because she got down to like 90 pounds and stuff.
God, dude.
And but it's very like, you
That
know,
sucks.
like just the fact that like what that tennis player Serena
Williams. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Serena Williams, like, you know, she's an ambassador of like Roe, and it's very interesting because like, I mean, so like after you have a baby, like there can be things that happen with women where like you can work out the same, you can be eating healthy and all this stuff and still not lose like a certain amount of weight just because
right.
like
still be storing fat because of the whole process of having a baby.
Yeah.
And your body needs to store fat for that.
But it's just like kind of insane that like an athlete would do it in just that. So it's like because she was just saying like that there was still like baby fat, but it's like, I mean, how much more were you trying to get off? You know, was it just like 10 or 15 pounds? And it's like, and if it was, like, that's fine. I mean, you know, I mean, it's all relative, but like,
yeah.
You know.
Well, and I mean, like, say that is the case. It's just stubborn weight or whatever that you've done everything you can to try and lose, but you can't, you know, and you use it for that purpose. That is one thing. But I do think even that, you know, I don't think it's like necessary. I think you're still fucking beautiful with that extra 15 pounds. But if you feel better with it and you feel less cravings or whatever, you know, that's totally fine. But when you do take it to the extent like that girl where it's like you're already underweight or close to it and you're just trying to get further underweight, that is dangerous. You know, it's not good for you. It's not good for your quality of life. And what's worse is that when you abuse something like that, it fucks up your metabolism, like, for good. So, like, a lot of people that use Ozempic and then get off of it end up gaining more weight than they had before because it fucks with your metabolism. So it's just like, I mean, unless you want to abuse it for the rest of your fucking life, I mean, it's like, it's just not sustainable in that way.
Well, it's definitely created a lot more like skinny culture again of like,
yes, and
what
it makes me so sad to see, dude, because like I feel like we were on the precipice of getting some of that out, you know, or kind of seeing it as a sign of unhealth, you know, and I think that there is still that. I think people still do see it and feel some concern and stuff like that. But there is still that element of glamorizing it that seems to be kind of making its way back in. That makes me really fucking sad. And I mean, I remember even when I was underweight and stuff, like even like older ladies would be telling me things like, oh, I wish I had that problem kind of thing. And it's like, dude, I totally get it. Like, you know, the society is body shaming and it's awful and it sucks in that way. And if you struggle to lose weight, I understand. And if you struggle to see yourself in a beautiful light, I understand. But where I was and where a lot of these people are is not it any more beautiful at all. And is probably fairly fucking miserable. And it's just there's a weakness that can't really be described. With shit like that, and it really like inhibits your ability to be fully present and even fully like just have clarity with yourself and what you actually want. Like you're kind of living on reserves.
It's a version of self-harm.
It is.
You know?
It absolutely is.
And like Taylor Swift had talked about too, like when she would see certain pictures of herself, like she like wouldn't eat, and then like she'd be doing like tours and like just like wanting to pass out at the end and thinking that was like kind of normal and like all this stuff and you know, because like now like people have like commented like on her weight gain and stuff, and she's like, but like this is just how my body is supposed to be, you know.
Exactly. And she looks fine as hell now.
And you know, like I think it's just hard because it's also like I mean there should probably be some more like screening stuff in order to like be able to get it, you know. Like it shouldn't just be like handed out like as easily as it is.
Yes.
I don't think I would personally ever do it, but I do think, but at the same time, you know, like things that I have considered, especially like after having a baby, is like maybe, I mean, like it's like it costs a lot of money. So it's like, do I really want, because like a tummy tuck costs like $10,000, because like there is like a lot of loose skin, so it's like even after losing weight, like there's still, it's just like kind of different on the tummy area. And then also like the boobies, like the freaking, it, when you breastfeed, and like it really, once you're done breastfeeding, because like they're like balloons, you know, so like when they get so
inflate,
full of milk, and then they deflate after they drink, and then they get, you know, then that skin gets stressed. So then when it's done, like your boobies can really turn into like tube sockies, which is, you know, totally fine, but it can feel kind of different enough where you're like, should I get a little booby lifty, you know?
Yeah, and like stuff like that too. I feel like that's perfectly fine. Like,
yeah. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. I'm getting tummy cramps.
Oh, I thought she was kicking again. But yeah, I mean, I've seen different like fitness moms or whatever that lose the weight, but they actually show that they still have a lot of loose skin and stuff, and I like that they do that because I feel like it is. I think they look fucking sick.
Yeah, and I kind of go
great.
back and forth on it only because it's like, I think it does help other moms to just see like other women just like having it, you know, and it's like, it's really not that big of a deal of like, you know, like it should just be, it you know, I think if we saw more women with it, then we probably wouldn't be so self-conscious about it, you know what I'm saying? But I do gotta go to the bathroom, so just keep on talking.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, even like say like with some of my scars or the previous tube site wound, that's just like an extra hole on my body or whatever. There's some part of me that always felt like insecure about the way that it looks, and like kind of like fears of someone, you know, maintaining attraction to me with all of that, or just almost being like maybe hyper aware of it somehow. But I mean, you know, with Chad, it's like, nah, it's a non-issue, you know, and like I'm kind of that mindset, like if my body is good enough for my partner in whatever ways or whatever, and it's good enough for me, then it's just like, you know, who cares?
Right.
And I feel like if the focus was actually more like on, like with some of the shit in Hollywood, if the focus was actually more like on being fit or eating well or whatever, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But when it does seem to be more like, well, you know, like people removing the buccal fat, like in their cheeks and stuff to hollow them out, and or taking too much Ozempic or going too far with that, and kind of like glamorizing that underweight body type. I'm like, yo, I mean, like, why? And like, I there's some part of me that is just like, why put yourself through that when it's not going to actually fulfill you, you know, or actually make you more secure. I mean, I feel like actually, like when I was underweight, I feel like I was like the most insecure I'd ever fucking been, and I felt so ugly when I looked in the mirror. I felt very hollow and just like scared. Like I felt very scared for myself through those years, in a way that I don't think I had felt scared for myself up to that point, even with all the issues that I had. Because I could just see such a stark difference in the energy that I lacked, you know, and that, like, I mean, it was so hard to pull myself out of it, even just for hours at a time. And when you're that underweight too, it's like, ain't no fucking sitting position or laying position is comfortable. Not a single one. Everything hurts. No matter what you do. Like your bones will like actually start bruising your skin and stuff. Like I had bruises all the way down my back, down my spine, from where my spine was protruding. And that's fucked up, man. And it's crazy too. I will say this. When you're underweight, this crazy shit can happen where you like sleeping. I already had issues sleeping, but sleeping will actually get so much harder, because when you're underweight and your blood pressure drops too low, your body will like jumpstart. So then when it does that, you're like forced awake, and then it's really hard to get back to sleep. And that shit would drive me crazy, because it wouldn't let me sleep for more than like an hour at a time. And I was like, It's ridiculous, dude. But you know, like doing shit like yoga, Pilates, all the natural stuff. It's like, I mean, you know, that honestly, even just for your mental, regardless of the effect that it has on your body, even though that too, it's like that all that is so much closer to health than a lot of the stuff that we see being used. And I do kind of worry for younger people, especially, seeing a lot of it more so than like the adults, even though I'm sure it affects the adults too, 100%. But younger people seeing it, I think they probably are the most vulnerable to thinking like, oh, that's the goal weight or whatever. And it's like, no, please, please, no.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I mean, I remember a time back on fucking Tumblr where it was fairly toxic in that way too, where like Thinspo and Thinspiration was like one of the highest trending fucking tags for forever. And that shit, man, I just there were aspects of Tumblr that I appreciated at the time, especially for art and whatever, but that shit would drive me crazy. That shit would drive me insane.
Yeah.
Bro. So either of you've never actually like been on the 918 Confessions or the Tulsa subreddit?
I've been on the like Tulsa, like date the 918 or don't date.
Oh yeah, that's good knowledge just generally, I would say. But yeah, so I kind of only recently started like scrolling through some of these, and I just thought we could have a little local segment, okay, where we either pick something from 918 Confessions or the Tulsa subreddit. I swear, I mean, like, some of this discourages me. As far as like faith in humanity. But then some of it kind of does the opposite. Okay, here's a weird one. Am I wrong to lose respect for a woman I was in a relationship with for bailing her baby daddy out of jail twice while we were together? This was a guy who abused her violently for 22 years and beat her so bad on one occasion it caused her to have a miscarriage and lose their kid. In addition to her bailing him out of jail, she also got his truck out of impound and paid it, and also gave him a ride to get his vehicle. All the while, she has a protective order against him. Make it make sense? Then she didn't tell me about all of this until after she did it. She tried to hide it, then came clean about it. Was she disrespecting me and our relationship? Holy fuck, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Big time.
Yes. I mean,
I get it.
seems
That's
like
the
she was
baby
just-
daddy, but
Yeah, I mean,
you need to cut ties with that.
It seems like she was just still in the cycle of abuse. Like she
Yeah,
wasn't like ready to
100%.
let go yet, even being in any relationship.
yeah. And I mean, I will say, I mean, I maybe I've said it on the pod before, but I mean, there are good parts of broken people, and sometimes you will see those glimpses of the good parts, and it will give you hope for the rest of the person, you know. And I'm all for, you know, wanting the best for people or whatever, or hoping that they actually either get clean or get therapy or all these different things or whatever. But if someone is consistently showing you in that cycle that there is no that there's no reason to believe that they will pursue any of that, then it kind of, there's such a fucking weird line between enabling and you know, kind of just wanting to help someone, you know, or wanting to be there for them. And that kind of situation does almost lean more in the vein of enabling, you know, and that's not to excuse anything that he did whatsoever. He's still just as culpable for all of that, regardless. But I think until somebody makes certain steps in that direction, whether it is going to therapy or rehab or whatever the fuck, I don't, your help really can't go anywhere. Like there's not going to be any progress in that way, and it honestly might just enable their cycle to continue, and for them to feel that they can take you for all you've got, you know, and you don't deserve that. Whoever you are, you don't deserve that. And you deserve to have those means for yourself and for your child and for the relationship you're in now. And if they come around on their own, if they, you know, do any of those aforementioned things on their own, you know, then, you know, consider including them in your child's life and all of that. But with the extent of what was offered there detailed wise, I mean, it does not, I mean, I would 100% never never pay for anything for him again, ever at all. I mean, you know, I don't know that people like that will ever really learn, even with financial consequences, you know, that they have to face themselves, but they're just consequences, you know, for them and exclusively them.
No, it kind of, I mean, it just kind of reminds me too of like the Taylor Frankie Paul stuff of like
Right.
the abuse and like not wanting to like let go of that cycle and stuff. And like it was so crazy too, because like, oh yeah, because did you even see that video, Rob?
I watched the video, yeah.
Oh yeah. What'd you think after watching that?
It made me so sad. It's this weird fucking thing, because it's like, and maybe this is because I've been abused, and maybe this is because I've been a victim in situations similar. She's obviously in pain, but she is trying to inflict serious pain because of it, and there is no just cause. And especially with the children being in proximity too, I think that was the part that did it for a lot of people, as far as the severity of the situation, which, sure, I think that is an added element of severity. But even for the partner at the time or whatever, it was pretty bad. Like, I mean, and there's even, you know, it's crazy.
Did you feel like it was like reaction or?
No, because I have seen that being, you know, talked about between a lot of women or whatever, and maybe there was something reactive in that, like in the police footage where she was responding to the policeman, like she was saying that he was like gonna leave her or like divorce her or whatever. So I think it might have been reactive in that way. But in different podcasts, like she's gone on to say herself that
She was the aggressor.
That she was the aggressor, that he would always kind of be in this weird stance because he didn't feel like he could hit back. And she herself said that. So it's like, if he was saying that, you know, maybe take it with a grain of salt or whatever, as far as, you know, what he was capable of. But she said it. Like, she herself said that he wouldn't hit her. Yeah. So, and was trying to like defend himself actively, you know, throughout a lot of it. So and there's, it's weird because she seems to have different awareness in that way about the toxicity of it, and so maybe she has some notion that she was just triggered to all hell. And
yeah, do you feel like he could be like emotionally abusive enough that like he gets her to these crazy states, or no?
I mean, there's certainly some there's a chance of that. There's a solid chance of that, sure. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if she were to be verbally abusive back, sure. Yeah, fair enough. But to actually be physically abusive and using objects that cause more brute force than your hands, that is too far. It doesn't, I mean, I think it's too far, and especially with children in the vicinity. If it's just partner on partner, you know, there's a little bit more gray there, but your kids should never have to see that, period, and much less actually, you know, be in the crossfire.
And I think that really was like the biggest thing, where it was like, it's just really hard
And
that her
well-
kid was there.
And well, it sounded like too that the charges that he's pressing now are from a separate incident that were more recent too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's fairly, and he even won custody of
Yeah.
her kids for a while. So and for a judge in Utah to do that, to ever side against the mother, says a lot. I think, as far as what that judge might have been privy to. And so I think,
And it is crazy because I do think if it was flipped around, if it was the man throwing the chairs and stuff like that, there would be so much less lack of grace, you know? And like, you know, I mean, I've heard a lot of women who were like, yeah, like I've been in abusive relationships. Like, you don't know, this is just reactive abuse. Like, we don't know what he did before and stuff like that. And
well,
I mean,
and I'll say if he was hitting her, then I would say yes. Like, that's completely fair.
yeah, because the
But
only
with
thing
her
that they
saying
said,
that he never hit her tells me that if it was reactive to anything, it was verbal.
yeah,
And the threat of leaving.
yeah,
Because I think, honestly, the threat of leaving is the most, you know, for some women and probably a lot of women, a lot of partners on either side, I think that is an extremely triggering event and does cause the heightened of the highest emotions, you know, that can feel so, you know, life-ending to some degree that you almost don't care how you seem to other people. You don't care if you seem like or feel like you're losing it or whatever, because you're already like, I'm losing everything, you know, everything that matters to me. And so I think that alone, honestly, was probably what triggered it for her.
yeah, because she was like, the divorce was so fresh at that time. From her
Exactly.
other thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, I mean, the only thing I can say about Dakota is that he definitely seems like he does try to like kind of get the worst out of her though sometimes, as far as like
I wouldn't be
the
surprised.
way that he's like dating specific people that will like make her so upset, you know? And
Yeah.
even though they're not together, but like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's a good person. I don't know. He could be an absolute dickwad for all I know. But
and
if that's
I'm not
the case,
justifying anything for him either.
yeah, if that's the case though, I mean, they both just need help really bad.
Yeah.
You know, and their kids could probably use therapy over time too.
Yeah, poor things.
Because yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah, because it's also like, I mean, if he caught that on video though, like what has
happened,
not
yeah.
been, you know?
recorded, yes.
Right.
Yeah, and well, like even with the police being called and stuff too, it was the neighbors that
Yeah,
were
'cause
like,
they
we
just
could
heard
just
the
fucking
screaming.
hear it. Yeah.
You think Taylor should be off the show of Secret Lives?
I think she needs to be off of it and take some time mentally for herself to
Yeah.
understand if she can handle being on reality TV in general.
Yeah,
Because it sounds like even before the show that her life, like family life, was a little bit on the
Turbulent.
rocks anyway.
Yeah.
And why does she date all these goobers? Like her ex-husband and Dakota, like, are both not that cute. You could do better. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I don't know. I mean,
But it's interesting too, because I think from the last thing I heard is that the girls won't film unless Taylor will be on it or something.
Well, I heard that they had taken a break from the filming. This is what I've heard via the Call Her Daddy podcast
Yeah,
when
from
Jesse went on.
Yeah.
But I think I also saw it on this, like the actual Secret Lives, or not TikTok, sorry, Instagram. That they posted something about that they are not filming currently because they didn't know the extremes of the video. Like they knew the video was out or around,
but they never saw it.
Correct. And so that's why they didn't immediately stop the filming is allegedly is what Jesse said on the podcast. So they're not filming right now due to the whole thing. Like, I think they filmed like maybe a quarter of season 5 or something like that.
Yeah, they had a couple episodes in the bank. Yeah.
And then they stopped.
And they said they might still release those. And then just
because I've seen that there's like going to be a spinoff now or something where it's in Cali with Jen, and I think what's her face Whitney is going to go to, from what I hear. But yeah, hopefully she can get her shit together, because both her and Dakota, because they're both just very volatile.
I would definitely not mind. Like, it's like, yeah, they both just like, because also it does feel like the show kind of would like still use Taylor and Dakota's stuff all the time, and like where it's just like
the show was definitely not helping their situation.
Like just making a bad situation
there's
worse.
enough with the other girls where it's also like we don't need like everything to be like life or death drama, you know? Like, I think we're interested enough in the girls' lives, like Macy and Michaela and stuff, where it's like, I think we just want to know more about the other girls too. Like, it doesn't have to, like, it doesn't have to rely on Taylor and Dakota's whole craziness.
Exactly. Yeah. Because well, like I said, I think it is just kind of making a bad situation worse. I think that having their situation highlighted and stuff, I mean, I think to some degree over time, I think that can also like kind of make somebody's somebody like almost like to the point where they're just like, well, they've already seen the worst of me, so I can just get worse. You know?
That's the fall of most reality TV stuff. Is they use and abuse them. However, from what I've heard from these girls, a lot of their producers are very nice, and I'm pretty sure it was the producers along with the girls that were like, we should stop filming, because you guys need to focus on your mental health. Because at the time, you know, all the stuff with Taylor had come out, and then it was reported that Jesse is getting divorced and all this stuff. Michaela and Jace have split up. I don't know that they're getting divorced, but as far as I know, they're not living in the same house right now. Like, I think she might be going to OC too, because she bought a new house, but I don't think it's been revealed like where. So who knows? Apparently it's crazy being a Mormon.
Well, and a lot of them too, like Miranda's not a practicing Mormon anymore.
Most of them are not practicing.
Layla.
I think Whitney and Jen are like two of the only ones that currently practice. Oh, well, yeah, no, Layla doesn't practice anymore either. She doesn't go to the church.
And like Jen has been very like unsure.
Yes, she's having like a faith crisis.
Yeah, but like Chase, which is Miranda's like ex, like he said that like, because when you get baptized in the church, they have like your name, and like they use that as like part of their like demographic data stuff or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So he had to like submit a notarized letter so he could like get his name like taken out and everything.
Yeah. Honestly, I think all reality shows should have like a therapist on deck. Well, I don't know if you've ever seen like some of the shows on HBO. There's this one called Couples Therapy, where these couples actually consent to their therapy being filmed with this therapist or whatever. And I feel like that's just as fucking gratifying television, if not more so. And you actually typically have a better end result by the end, you know, instead of just kind of watching people fall into chaos left and right, you know, and almost be isolated in that for too long. I mean, it's like, but if you did have a therapist on deck, then we could actually see like really cool character development and cool things happening, you know, and it's just, I think it's better TV for me personally.
Well, really? I mean, I feel like Whitney's dance that she did on Call Her Daddy, you watched it, right? It really illustrated that like pretty well though, like when like the people with the phones like are like celebrating her at first, and like they throw her up, and then she falls, and then she's like bleeding, and then they're like filming her bleeding and stuff, and then like Mark Ballas, her dance partner, like picks her up, and then it kind of like keeps the dance going and stuff. Did you see it?
No.
You might like it. It might be. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I think because they do kind of combine everything of like.
Was she actually bleeding?
No, it was all like you know.
Theatrics.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, I've actually watched it like several times since just recently, because it's really good, because it does like, I mean, just like with Whitney, like there was, I saw some comment saying like how Whitney was acting before versus now, like how she's grown, where it's like she really was just seemingly just a person who just kind of wanted to perform so bad that like she was like, you know, performing in other ways before.
Right.
She was definitely the smartest of the group. I mean, she took all of the offers that she was presented with and really ran with them, and she's fucking, one, her glow up, holy shit, she looks amazing. Two, I mean, she got to go on Dancing with the Stars. That's been one of her dreams for forever, which is cool that, you know, she got to do that. I've come around to thinking she was pretty justified in the Jen freak out in the season 4. Because it's like, Jen, we all know you would have been a baby had that been you. She just,
And the great
I was
thing-
not expecting her to become one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'll say that, because she can be very,
Like abrasive.
not so much abrasive, but just very,
Self-involved a little bit, maybe, or
not even that. Like, that I don't care about. It's just the, like, overly dutiful, I guess. Like, when it comes to the faith, like, just anytime I hear her talk about it, I'm like, oh my God, we get it. Like in season, I think it was like 1 when she's talking about holding babies or something like that. And I'm like, we get it.
But even then, I feel like she's kind of toned down on that as
Yes,
well.
she has. She definitely has. But
Well, you were
man, in that
speaking to a
first season, it was
performative aspect,
hard.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. In season 1, it was hard. I was like, oh my God, I
And
get it.
It seems like now that she's able to channel her performer stuff
Yeah.
into like actual performing, like she can kind of be a bit more real.
But I also think she just kind of like, when she became the actual outcast, I think it kind of woke her up a little bit to, yes, I may be working my way to the top, but maybe I'm doing it maybe in the wrong ways. Because I think after they had that little sit down, I do think her apology was quite genuine versus like Demi, where it was like, I think she's just apologizing to get back into the group, you know? I think she genuinely felt bad for how she acted. Like,
Yeah.
I know Michaela didn't really buy it at first. I really am glad that they talked and have reconciled. That was kind of cute when they did that. I wasn't expecting to like Mormon wives as much as I do, and if they cancel it, I'm gonna blame you for how sad I'm gonna be.
Yeah, well, and just the fact too that she's like sold out the Chicago
Yeah, that's pretty
musical like
crazy.
so many times in a row, and then enough.
It's like
now to
record
have-
breaking or something like that.
Yeah, and then enough to have Mark Ballas, her Dancing with the Stars partner, to like now be
Part of the Broadway show?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
so that's pretty cool. I mean that's definitely the way you should play it, honestly, with like reality TV,
Yeah.
of like trying to get your other opportunities going and stuff. And I give grace for Jen and just that.
Well, yeah, of course. I
Because
still
she's
like
postpartum.
her.
Like,
Yes.
if it wasn't for the fact that she was postpartum, I mean, and she may
She's also pretty young too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think she has as much support as like Whitney does with her husband.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I
when they
think-
had that dinner and he was like, I feel like I've like given up a lot for you. And I'm like, bro, she was a stay-at-home mom. She has how many kids before she got pregnant? Didn't they have 2 before? Yeah. So now 3. Postpartum depression, which, you know,
Just
hits
killing.
very different for every single pregnant woman. And it hit her real bad. Like, Zach, I started liking you in season 3, 2 and 3, and now you're falling back down on my list. Connor can do no wrong.
Yeah, Connor is king. I want a magician spinoff.
I know. I'm like, give him a show where he just does magic. I'll watch
yeah,
it.
like
I'll watch
let him
it.
shadow the best magicians and become an
Oh, that's a good
incredible
idea.
magician, and then he can have his own like
It's
show
so
in Las
cute.
Vegas.
It's
Like,
adorable. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my god.
and then like Whitney could be the
Whitney
person
can be Broadway.
he cuts in
He
half. Sometimes like guest.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Yes, that would be hilarious.
That'd be so amazing. But yeah, he's like giving like way Phil Dunphy energy nowadays.
Yes.
Oh.
Like there's this episode where Zach is asking Connor like how he manages, because they both like they quit both of their jobs. I think like Zach was going to medical school. He quit medical school so that Jen could go do Dancing with the Stars, because they moved to Hollywood to do it. And so Connor and Whitney did the same. And he's like, so how have you handled like, you know, transitioning into being a stay-at-home dad? And he's like, dude, listen, this is going to sound crazy, but I've been doing magic. And it's just really cute.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And like his support for Whitney has also been like just really
Top
cute
tier,
and
yeah.
cool to see. You know, like he
likes to see her thrive, and I do like how they have supported each other, because like even though I didn't like her in the first season, when the first season reunion came out and he, you know, revealed what had happened to him as I don't know how old he was. I think he said pretty young. He was, so knowing that she was helping him through that all of season 1, because, you know, I was just thinking that she was getting onto him for having a porn issue. And I'm like, okay, but he did have a porn issue. He did actually he had an actual addiction because of what had happened to him. It like made him hypersexual and like all this kinds of stuff, which is very normal for that to happen in sexual assault cases and things of that nature. But knowing that she had helped him through that, and they, you know, had to work on that in their marriage, and then now seeing him return that to her and lift her up and all this stuff is really nice to see, that, you know, a marriage can still overcome things like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then talking about freaking like domestic violence and stuff. I don't know if after I sent it to you guys, you went and like looked it up or anything, but there was that case in Tulsa that just happened with Shay Petrie. I'm going to have Rhonda link her GoFundMe in the show notes. Her ex-boyfriend, which I had read on like through the comments, you know, people have like been talking to the family and stuff. Like he had already had like 3 protective orders put out on him and all this stuff. And he beat the shit out of her. I mean, we're going to say allegedly because it hasn't gone to court or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, he beat the shit out of her. Like she's unrecognizable. She's going to have probably facial reconstruction surgery, all kinds of stuff. And it just goes to show you can take all the right measures, like getting a PO and all this stuff, and still not be safe.
Exactly, yeah.
And how the court systems just don't take it seriously, because this was the third time he had that's what it is. This was the third time he had violated the protective order or something like that, allegedly. But it just is very sad. It's very sad to and her kids were home and all this kinds of stuff. And
that was the photo story that you had sent to us the other day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah. Like she does not even look like herself. I went and found her Facebook and was like looking through it, and man, it's just it's very sad. And it looks like they were maybe like high school sweethearts or something, because their pictures go pretty far back. It looks like where they look pretty young.
God damn.
I'm just like, oh, that's awful. It sucks.
That's insane. And see, you know, kind of with what we were talking about earlier, like say that woman may have stepped on different insecurities that he had or whatever, and triggered him in some way. There's no justification. You know, getting violent, there's no fucking justification. Like, it's just wrong. Like, period. No matter which sex it's against or whatever, it's just wrong. And that's awful, and I definitely will link that in the description below. But I hear our niece out
I
there,
do as well.
And I want to give that little girl a hug. So we will see you hopefully in the near future. And we'll try to keep you updated on that. Hopefully it'll be sometime next week, but maybe the week after. We shall see. We freaking love you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.